Welcome to episode number 14 of this MLB The Show 22 postseason series. And today I'm obviously playing my MLB The Show 22 postseason series as it's game 2 of the World Series, best of 7 World Series, obviously. Houston Astros, Milwaukee Brewers, and the Brewers lead this best of 7 World Series 1-0. As last episode of the series was game 1 of the World Series. If you haven't seen that yet, it'll be 9 in the sky in the top. It'll be 9 in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. As in game 1 of the World Series, the Brewers beat the Astros 3-1. So they lead this best of 7 series, this best of 7 World Series. The Brewers do 1-9. As if you did watch game 1, which like I said was the last episode of the series, which I posted about 2 days ago. If you go over, really, I posted the last episode of the series 2 days ago, and if you watched it, Jose Altuve, the Astros center baseman, got injured on a slide in the center base on a double play in the first inning. So he was like, there was a runner at first, nobody out for the Astros in the top of the first, and then the Nets died running into a double play. Altuve slid in the second and then said he was injured. The injury, as you can see right here, is a bruised arm. Hopefully you didn't see it with the light in, but even if you can't, and also if you can or can't, he has a bruised arm. That's his injury. His estimated injury time right now is 1 to 6 days. So he could be back for the World Series. Because like I said, 1 to 6 days is that's common sense. 1 to 6 days means a minimum of 1 day and a max of 6 days. If it's 6 days, even if it's 6 days, he still might be able to come back. It just also depends on how long the World Series goes. If it goes to Game 6 and or Game 7, well, Game 6 is on November 1st if there is one, and then Game 7 is on November 2nd. Or Game 6 is on November 1st if there is one, and then Game 7 is on November 2nd if there is one. So even if he's not those 6 days, or the max of the 6 days, he still might be able to come back in the World Series, but also, well, there's 2 factors to determine if he's going to come back in the World Series or not. There's 2 factors to determine if he's going to come back in the World Series or not. The first factor is his injury or 2 factors. How long is his injury going to be for, or how long is he going to be injured for? That's the first factor. Second factor is how long will and then the second factor, or the first factor is how long will he be injured for. Second factor is how long will the World Series go. Well, we'll find out that eventually. Game 2, best of 7 World Series. Brewers lead the series 1-9. Starting pitching matchup for Game 2 is Framber Valdez for the Astros and Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. Valdez 1-0 with a 0 ERA. Woodruff 1-0 with a .59 ERA. Let's get into Game 2 right now here on October 26th, 2022. Let's get into it. Game 2, best of 7 World Series. Brewers lead, like I said, the Brewers lead this best of 7 World Series 1-9. Let's get into it right now. Games in Milwaukee, and then Game 2 is in Milwaukee, and then Games 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, Game 5, if necessary, will all be in Houston. And then if the series does go to a Game 6 and or Game 7, Game 6 and 7, if necessary, are back in Milwaukee. As the Astros and Brewers both win 95 and 67 in last season's regular season. Which is the 2021 regular season. The Brewers and Astros both went 95 and 67, they both went 95 and 67 in the 2021 regular season. And then here in this postseason bracket, they're both division winners, and then the CPU just decided, so they're both basically even. They were both even, same record, and they're both same record, and they're both division winners here in this postseason bracket. Or they both have the same record, and then they both were division winners here in this postseason bracket. So the CPU just decided they gave the Brewers home field advantage. So, the CPU just decided they did the Brewers home field advantage. Let's get into Game 2 of the 2022 World Series. 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. Let's get into it right now. Play full game. The Brewers will be the red controller. The Brewers will be the red controller, and the Astros will be the blue controller. Or the Brewers are the red controller, and the Astros are the blue controller. Yeah, so road uniforms for, or home uniforms for the Brewers, road uniforms for the Astros. I noticed American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin is where the Brewers play their home games, obviously. I know it used to be called Miller Park, but I believe starting in 2021 it was changed to American Family, or in 2021 or after the 2020 season. So between the 2020 season and the 2021 season, it was changed to American Family Field. So American Family Field holds 41,000. American Family Field holds 41,900. Opened in 2001. Presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts on. Retractable roof. I know some people might not know there's a roof at American Family Field, but there is. So presentation mode broadcast. Quick counts on. Retractable roof open. Cloud cover. Clear skies. So yeah, righty versus lefty. Woodruff's a righty and a 92 overall. Valles is a lefty and an 83 overall. So righty versus lefty, 92 versus 83. And I know Lorenzo Cain in real life they did release. I know in real life Lorenzo Cain did get released by the Brewers, but he was released after I started this postseason bracket, so that's why he's still on this team. And then remember Colton Wan. Oh yeah, when is he gonna come? I think his injury was Colton Wan, the second baseman for the was the starting second baseman for the most of the playoffs, and then he got injured. Colton Wan was the starting second baseman for the Brewers, and then he got injured in the NLCS against the Giants. You saw that because I filmed the NLCS. I forgot which game he got injured in. I believe it was a game in Milwaukee, so he got injured in game 3, 4, or 5. And then obviously I think it was I forgot what the injury was, but I believe it was a 1 to 2 week injury. So it was a 1 to 2 week injury, and then I put Luis Arias he took the spot of Colton Wan in the field and in the batting order. So yeah, and then for the other side, remember Alemnis Diaz, he's taking the place of Altuve at center base. Or Alemnis Diaz is taking the place of Jose Altuve in the field and in the batting order, like Luis Arias is taking the place. So I just realized that both starting center basemen, Colton Wan and Jose Altuve, are both injured, and they're both leading off. So their replacement is taking over for Diaz taking over for Altuve in the field and in the batting order, and Arias taking over for Wan in the batting order and the field. Both center basemen, and then both leading off. I didn't realize that. And then here, I'm gonna put. I did play a dead run at shortstop for game 1, but I'm gonna play a Jeremy Pena at shortstop for game 2. Let's get into game 2 right now. I'm the play-by-play announcer for this game, and John Shambi is not turned down at all. Let's get into game 2 of the Fall Classic right now. Both the H's are also batting cleanup. Alvarez for Houston, McCutcheon for Milwaukee. We are here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Game 2 of the 2022 World Series. And the 2022 World Series features the Houston Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi Dan, everybody, Vinny J in Studio 4, or hi Dan, everybody, Vinny J in Studio 4, or hi Dan, everybody, Vinny J in Studio 42, aka the Man Cave. Welcome to the World Series here on the show, as it's Game 2 of the World Series, best of 7 series, of course. As Game 1, which was last night in this game, the Brewers took Game 1 of the World Series last night in this game, 3-1 over the Astros. The Brewers are looking to take a 2-0 series lead in the World Series, and the Astros are trying to tie the series at 1 game apiece, as this series will shift to Houston for Games 3, 4, and 5, and obviously Game 5 if necessary. First pitch of Game 2 of the World Series comes your way next. Brandon Woodruff gets Game 2 start for the Brewers here in Game 2 of the World Series. 2 starts in the playoffs, 1-0 record of .59 ERA, has pitched 15 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 0.59 whip, no loss, no strikeout. So Brandon Woodruff has a .59 ERA and a .59 whip. You know, a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a 12-6 curve, a circle change, and a slider or a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a 12-6 curve, a circle change, and a slider for Woodruff, as he's a 5-pitch repertoire. As we're on your way here in Game 2 of the World Series. Here's Diaz, ground ball up the middle, down the field, and throw out Diaz, who later said stayed in the place of Altuve in the field, of the injured Jose Altuve in the field and in the batting order, 1 down to lead off the ball game. Here's the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. 11 is Diaz, Michael Brantley, Alex Bregman, Yordan Alvarez the DH, Yuri Gurriel, Kyle Tucker, Jake Myers, Jeremy Pena, and Martin Maldonado. 1 home run as a team for the Astros here in the postseason, and it was by Yordan Alvarez the DH, back in Game 5 of the ALDS against the Chicago White Sox. Here we go. Here's Brantley. Ground ball right to Adames, and bat-to-bat 6-3 ground outs, 2 down here in the first. As in Game 1, the Astros did hit the Brewers 11-6, but lost the game 3-1. Here's Bregman, 3.14 average for the Astros third baseman, third on the Astros here in the postseason. Ground ball, Woodruff will field it. So 2-6-3 ground outs and then a 2-6-3 ground outs and then a 1-3 ground out. 1-2-3 to the Astros. Brewers come to the bat, or 1-2-3 to the Astros. Brewers come to the bat. No score in Game 2 of the World Series. Here we go. Fernando Valdez did start here in Game 2 of the World Series for Houston. 1 start here in the playoffs. 1-0 record. Gave up no earned runs or 6 in the third innings, 10 hits, which is a lot of hits. 1.58 whip, no walks, no strikeouts. So he had a high whip, and they gave up 10 hits in his first start, his first and only start in the playoffs, but got the win. And that was, or did he get the win? Yeah, he did get the win. So I don't know what game that was in, but it was one of the games against the Rays in the ALCS. And he pitched it in the third, no earned runs, got the win. Ground ball up the middle, Diaz will flat it down to his right, throw on the run, got the other second baseman, Arias, 1 down. And here's the starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Luis Arias, Willie Adames, Christian Yelich, Andrew McCutchen at DH, Rowdy Tellez, Hunter Renfroe, Omar Narvaez, Lorenzo Cain, and Michael Brasso. 2.19 team average for the Brewers here in the postseason, which is not that good, really. I mean, 2.19 is not bad, but it could be a little better. I mean, it could be a little better, but it could be worse. Here we go. It's mid-pitch here. Foul ball. Still 1-2 to Adames. Then it's Yelich, and then McCutchen, if they did that far. Well, it's Yelich, not McCutchen. Now it's batting 217. Ground ball. Diamond is Diaz, and he cannot get it. Going for the 9-3 is Tucker, not in time. 1 out single for Adames, and here comes Yelich. Here we go. Here's Yelich against Fernando Valdez. Center, curveball, circle change, and a center, curveball, circle change, and a 4-seam fastball for Valdez. McCutchen on deck. 1-1 pitch, and that is low on the center, 2-1. Here we go. And that is outside on the center. Again, it's 3-1 with McCutchen on deck. He'll get up unless there's a double play here. Here we go. 3-1 to Yelich. And that is in there. Hit the outside corner. Full count, 1 out. You might maybe see the runner in motion, maybe. Maybe. Here we go. Full count. And a little tapper went with the curveball. No chance for 2. Can he get 1? And he can't to anyone. Infield sent over Yelich as like a swimming bunt. 2-1 out now for Milwaukee. Here's McCutchen. 2-1 out. Brewers trying to strike early. Here in Game 2, the Brewers score, like I said, Game 1, 3-1. They scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning. 1-1 pitch. Little jam shot. This should be 2. Gurriel. Pena, that's the pitcher covering. Got him by an eyelash. A 3-6-1 double play. It was Gurriel, Pena, and the pitcher covering Valdez, and the inning's over. 2 hits for the Brewers, and 1 left for the Brewers. We head to the second inning here in Game 2, no score. And McCutchen does have some speed, although he's like 35, and he almost beat that out, but didn't. Here's Alvarez, DH for the Astros, has the only home run in the postseason for the Astros. Like I said, it was in Game 5 of the ALDS it was in Game 5 of the ALDS. The only home run for the Astros in the postseason was by their DH, Yordan Alvarez, just running out the Woodruff. It was in Game 5 of the ALDS against the Chicago White Sox. And fun fact, in that game, it wasn't on camera. The Astros were down 1-0 in the game. Well, remember this. Not remember this. But fun fact first. The Astros in the ALDS, best of 5 series, in the ALDS, it was the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox. In the ALDS, best of 5 series, the White Sox were up 2-1. So the Astros were 1 loss away from being eliminated. Game 4 in Chicago, the Astros won the game 1-0. I think it was a sac fly by, I believe it was Jake Myers, the center fielder, in the top of the 9th. And then Ryan Presley, the Astros closer, shut it down in the bottom of the 9th to win game 4 1-0. That's tie the series at 2 and send it back to Houston for a winner-take-all game 5. In that game, White Sox had a 1-0 lead and a 2-1 lead. And the White Sox, like I said, had a 1-0 lead, then it was 1-1 on the Alvarez homer. It tied the game. Then it was 2-1 Chicago, going in the bottom of the 9th. So the Astros were 3 outs away from being eliminated. And then they had the bases loaded with, I believe it was 1 out. Or they had the bases loaded with 0 outs or 1 out. And then Alvarez, who hit the home run earlier, hit a walk-off 2-run RBI single. And then Alvarez had the bases loaded, I believe, 1 out or no outs. It was 0 outs or 1 out. He hit a walk-off 2-run single in the center field to win the game for the Astros, and they won the game 3-2, and they won the series 3-2, and then they won the ALCS 4-2 over the Rays, and now they're here in the World Series. Here we go. So that was a little bit of story time. Here's Gurriel to the pitch. Fly ball, right center, over is Renfroe and Kane. Kane will call up Renfroe, and he's got it in right center, 2 down. There's Tucker, 4th in the Astros with a .295 average. Here we go. Tucker, 3 for 4 in the last game, I believe. Stole a base. Ground ball where no one was. Punch between Adames and Brasso. As Brasso is the third baseman for the Brewers. Because it's usually Jace Peterson, but Jace Peterson's the third baseman for the Brewers, and then it's righties, and then Michael Brasso is the third baseman for the Brewers against lefties, and Valles is a lefty. To the pitch to Myers, 1-2 out. Ground ball, Reyes will flip it to Adames for the 4th to center base, and an over. 1 hit and 1 left for Houston. Middle of 2, no score. You're in game 2. Here we go, bottom 2. Here's American Family Field. Here's Tellez with a 2-run single in the first inning last night in game 1. Popped it up, jammed him, shift was on, but Bredman would get there easily on the foul line. He'll make the catch. That's a fair ball catch, but doesn't matter. He caught it, 1 down. And now Renfroe at a 700 OPS, which is second on the Brewers. He's been in 308 here in the playoffs. Ground ball, Pena will dive! It's off his glove and or his arm. He'll throw to first, but way too late. Infield single for Renfroe. 1 on, 1 out. Now it's Narvaez, who's been a 128 in the playoffs. Here we go. Kane on deck. And that is on the outside corner, but call a ball. And Narvaez has been a 128 here in the playoffs. 299 OPS, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Here we go, 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to be 2. Pena, Diaz, Gurriel, double play, in and over. Twin kill and an ending, or a twin kill and an ending, 6-4-3 double play. End of 2, no score in game 2 of the World Series here in the show. Here we go, there's Pena, who did not play in game 1. They played, the Astros had Nito Goodrum play shortstop in game 1, but Jerry Pena is playing shortstop for Houston here in game 2. He's been at 188 here in the playoffs. Ground ball, Urias. Throw to Tellez, 1 down. As I just said, Pena not playing game 1, Goodrum did. Pena's playing here in game 2, and he's been at 188. He's been at 188 in the playoffs. Now it's probably like 186, 185. Here's Maldonado, who's been at 108 here in the playoffs. Full count. Hard line drive, base hit for Maldonado, who has 3 speedy, lumbers his way down the first base line to first base. 1 out single at the middle for Maldonado, and here comes Diaz. Here's Diaz now. 1 on, 1 out. A little tapper. This should be 2. 1 up. Adames. Tellez. Not in time. As Diaz beat it out by an eyelash. And won't continue for Michael Brantley. 0 for 1 with a ground out bat in the first. 1 on, 2 out. Ground ball. Adames will go to center for the force. And the inning's over. Astros do get a hit. The Astros did a hit, but they also leave a runner. So 1 hit and 1 left for Houston. Middle of 3, no score in Game 2 of the World Series here at American Family Field. And we know, like I said, that Brewers scored 3 runs in Game 1 and won the game 3-1. All 3 runs were scored in the first inning for the Brewers, and then the Astros scored 1 run in the top of the second, and then that was it. And here in Game 2, neither team has scored through 2.5 innings. Here's Kane, foul ball in the center. Then it's Brasso, then it's top of the order, Arias. Popped up, jammed in with the forcing fastball in the inside corner. Gurriel makes the catch, right of the mound, 1 down. Here's Brasso, who's been at 0-63 here in the playoffs. Like I said, he only plays against lefties, while Peterson plays against righties. Full count. Fly ball, it's hit well. That's hit deep. Back to the edge of the track. Tucker's got it on the warning track. About 3 feet from the wall and probably 5 feet from getting out of here. As Brasso just missed it. As remember, Willie Adames, the shortstop for the Brewers, and the third baseman, Michael Brasso for the Brewers, or Michael Brasso, the third baseman for the Brewers, and Willie Adames, the shortstop for the Brewers, were both on the Rays when the Rays won the World Series in 2020, but lost to the Dodgers in 6 games. Little fly ball. Tucker will have to come in on this one, and he'll make this catch as well. Quick inning for Valdez. Way to the 4th, no score. Brewers have 3 hits, Astros have 2, top 4 in Game 2. No score. Here's Bregman 0 for 1. Full count. Ground ball, shit goes on. Arias will dive. What a play from his bottom! Not in time. Arias with a heck of a play, though, and threw it from his backside. Was not able to get him. Bregman beat it out. Here's Alvarez, a DH. 1 pitch. Ground ball on the line, and it's off the bat, or at least it got between Brasso and the base. It might have hit the base, but either way it got between Brasso and the base, and it was inside the line. It might have hit third base. Now it's Gurriel with 2 on and nobody out. I want to actually see if that hit the base, but either way that might have hit the base, but either way it got between Brasso and the base. That's all that matters. It got inside the foul line. No, that's the wrong way. No, it didn't. It bounced right in front of the base. Either way, it went right over the base, so it was a fair ball. Runners at first and second, nobody out for Houston. Here's Gurriel. And Gurriel's bunted. It's a 2-1 count, and I believe he fouled it back. 2-2 now. He's trying to sacrifice himself. And it worked, though. No, he's not bunting with 2 strikes. Fly ball, it's hit deep, right center. And it's caught by Kane, runner at second, which is Bregman will tag, and he'll hit the third as the thrower just comes in the center base. Surprising he didn't throw it to third. But it's a moot point now. Runners in the corners, 1 out for Tucker as Houston's trying to get their first lead of the series. 1-2 pitch. Astros looking for the first lead of the series. Popped up! Coming out of Narvaez, coming in is Brasso. Brasso's there. 2 down. Tucker pops up to the Brasso, the third baseman, 2 down. And it's up to Jake Myers. Full count. Runner at first will be in motion. 3-2. Fly ball, it's hit well. Renfroe back, and he will get there. And the Astros strand runners at the corners. Middle 4, no score in Game 2. Here we go. Bottom 4, Game 2. Vinny James, Studi, 42, 18 to Mante. Bottom 4, Game 2 of the World Series, no score. 3-1 hitters count to Adames. Foul ball, full count. Here we go, full count now. Don't want to have a leadoff walk if you're Valdez. Foul ball again, end of battle. Full count now, 45th pitch down from Valdez. Ground ball, Diaz. We'll throw it to Gurriel. It's a 4-3. Ground out, 1 down here in the 4th. Here's Yelich, 1 for 1 with a single in the game. 2 for 5 with 2 singles and an RBI in the series, or here in the World Series. Popped, or not popped up, but a little jam shot. Bregman, the only guy on the left side of the infield. 2 down. Now McCutcheon. Full count. Trying to avoid a 2-out walk. Ground ball past Valdez. Diaz is there. Low throw, pitched by Gurriel, and that saved the throwing error. But that saved the throwing error. Pitched by Gurriel, that saved the throwing error. And the 4, no score in Game 2 of the World Series. A good battle, but top 5 in Game 2 of the World Series, no score. He didn't miss anything. Top 5 in Game 2 of the World Series, no score. Here's Pena, then it's Maldonado, then Diaz. Ground ball, Diaz, or William Adames will pick it up and throw out Pena, 1 down. Now it's Maldonado, 1 for 1 with a single, then it's Diaz. Ground ball, Arias will throw out the 3-speed of Maldonado, 2 down, quickly here in the 5th. As it's starting to be a pitcher's duel here in Game 2 of the World Series, they're almost halfway through, as we're almost halfway through Game 2. Here's Diaz taking the place of the injured Jose Altuve in the batting order and in the lineup, in the batting order and in the field. 64th pitch number, Woodruff, no action in either bullpen. Hit hard, hit the slider at the middle, that was a ball, but he hit it right back to where it came, hit right back where it came from. 2 outs in over Diaz, and then Brantley. Brantley was on this team when they went to the World Series in 2021, last year, and in 2019, I believe. Yeah, but he came with it over in 2019 via free agency. Here we go. 1-1 pitch to Brantley. Ground ball, Adames would go the short way for the force, and an over. 1 hit and 1 left for Houston again. Halfway home here in Game 2 of the World Series. Astros 0, Brewers 0. Astros have 5 hits, Brewers have 3. In Game 1, the Brewers had 6 hits, 4 of them in the first inning. That means in the first inning they had 4 hits, and then that's what? Well, they hit bad in the bottom of the 9th, but then that's what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that's 7 innings, they only had 2 hits. So first inning they had 4 hits, that's 7 innings, they only had 2. Foul ball, 2-2 to the Rowdy Tellez, the number 5 batter from Milwaukee, and the Brewers' first baseman. Shift is on. Ground ball, Valdez. Gurriel, 1 down. There is Renfroe. Then it's Narvaez. 1-2 pitch. That's a fly ball, but he got under it. Myers is there. Shift was on. The center fielder basically straight away left will make the catch. 2 down. Now Narvaez, if you turn it on, Kane will get up. Ground ball, Jeremy Pena will zip it over to Gurriel. Another 1-2-3 inning for Framber Valdez. Way to the 6th inning. No score. Still no score. Top 6 in Game 2 of the World Series. Astros leading the tie series at 1. Brewers leading the 2-0 series lead in this best of 7 World Series. Here's Bredman. Ground ball where no one was, and Arias did not get there. Last time he dove and tried to throw out Bredman from his bottom, but couldn't. Second single of the game for Bredman, I believe. At least 2 singles. And here's Alvarez is 1 for 2 with a single too. 1-1 pitch. That's a fly ball as he hung that 12-6 curve as Alvarez just got under it. 1 down as Alvarez just got under it. Yelich makes the catch in left center. 1 down. And Gurriel 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs, or fly outs, excuse me. 1 on 1 out. Fly ball, center field, Kane's there. And so a single, then bat-to-bat, fly outs. That could be a line out right there. But either way, bat-to-bat outs. I just say fly outs. Doesn't really matter. But either way, single and bat-to-bat outs. Runner at first, 2 outs for Tucker. Had a chance, had a runners in the corners, and 1 out in the 4th inning, right? Yeah, and then he popped up to the third baseman. Here we go. 1 on 2 out. Ground ball. Arias will field it. Short way for the 4th inning over. Middle of 6. Still no score. 8-9-1 due up for the Brewers. In the bottom of the 6th, it's Kane and Bronson, and the top two are Arias. Both pitchers are doing well. Fly ball right center. No action in either bullpen, by the way. As Tucker is there, as he almost overran it. Like the Giselle catch in right center. 1 down. As I just said, both pitchers are doing well. And no action in either bullpen. 2-1 pitch to Brasso. Ground ball, Diaz, routine. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 6th as we're an out away from going to the 7th. As we're still tied at, still scoreless. Here's the wrist. Valdez and Woodruff dealing here. Ground ball, Diaz on the same play. Now the 4-3 ground out in and over. Quit 1-2-3 inning for Framil Valdez. We to the 7th in Game 2 of the World Series. Astros 0, Brewers 0. Astros have 6 hits. Brewers only have 3. Here's Myers. Then it's Pena. Then it's Maldonado. 80th pitch down from Woodruff. Fly ball right center. Renfroe to his right. And he is there. And Renfroe, so the Brewers have 3 players that were on the Rays in the 2020 World Series. Renfroe, Adames, and then Brasso. And here's Pena. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, and then it's Maldonado. Fly ball, Renfroe would come in on this one. Bat-to-bat, fly outs to the right fielder. 2 down quickly here in the 7th. As this game might be possibly a 1-0 game because neither team wants to score here. Here's Maldonado, Sindel in the 3rd. Think did on the top fielder would come up. 85th pitch down from 85th pitch down from Woodruff. Ground ball, Adames. 1-2-3 and again for Woodruff. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Still scoreless in Game 2. Here we go. 6 hits for the Astros still. Brewers still have 3. 6 hits for the Astros, 3 for the Brewers. Valdez is dealing here. They're starting to warm up Phil Maton in the Houston bullpen, and they're starting to warm up Brad Botsberger. Brad Botsberger in the Milwaukee bullpen. Here we go. 1-1 pitch to Adames. Then it's Yelich and McCutchen. Ground ball. Good start from Milwaukee. And they're trying to take a 2-0 series lead in this best of 7 World Series. And here's Yelich. Here's Yelich now. 2-2 pitch. And that is just inside. McCutchen on deck. I don't know how he took that, but he did. Full count. Fly ball, center field. Myers to his, right. And he is there. 1 down now for McCutchen. So 0 for 2 in the game. And he comes through here. Ground ball should be 2 at the mound. Diaz, second one. The Pena for 1. Thrown to first by Pena. The Gurriel double play. Good glove flip by Diaz. The Pena. And Pena with a strong throw to Gurriel for a 4-6-3 double play. And the 7. Still no score. There's Diaz, top of the order for Houston. 89th pitch to Woodruff. Starting his 8th inning of work. Ground ball and a good start for Houston. As they're trying to tie the series at 1. Leadoff Sindel for Diaz, and he's representing the go-ahead run here in the 8th. This very well could be a 1-0 game. And if it does go to extra innings, there's no extra inning rule, which means you don't start extra innings with the runner at center base. Anyway, and here comes Brad Botsberger from the Milwaukee bullpen. He's a righty. He's one of the 2 Senate men. Forcing fastball slider and a circle forcing fastball slider and a circle change for Botsberger. Here's Brantley. Fly ball. Yelich is there. 1 down. Here's Bredman has 2 singles in the game, 3 in the series. 1 on, 1 out. Foul ball. 1-2 to Bredman. Alvarez on deck. He'll get up unless it's a double play. Foul ball again. The battle between Botsberger and Bredman. Go ahead and run at first base. Runner goes. A ground ball, no double play. Can he get it out though? Adames will. But with the runner in motion, no chance for 2. And that's a go-ahead run at center base, so 2 outs. There's Alvarez with a hit to the outfield. Could give the Astros the lead. Here we go, 1-1 pitch. Foul ball, and remember, the first base is open, but also you have Gurriel on deck. But hit to the outfield could give the Astros their first lead of the game and the series. And that's a foul ball. I don't know how he got a piece of that. 1-2 pitch. Little jam shot behind the batsman by Botsberger on the Astros strand. They go ahead and run at center base. Middle of 8. No score. Here we go. Here are the Brewers up in the bottom half of the 8th. Valdez is still in the game. About to start the 85th pitch. Starting his 8th inning of work. Popped up. Jammed Tellez. Pena, shallow center. One down here in the 8th. There's Renfroe. There's Narvaez. 89 pitch coming. 2-2 pitch. Shift is on. Ground ball hit the mound. Diaz, a tough play to his left. He's got to hurry. Got him by a couple of steps. 2 down. Still 0-0. There's Narvaez. If you turn it on, Kane's on deck. Ballister 7 2/3, and 1 straight away from going through 8 innings. Matt Mason is still warming up in the Houston bullpen. Fly ball left center. Brantley's there, and Valdez is through 8 innings. No runs, no earned runs. Scoreless as we head to the 9th here in Game 2. Here we go. Gurriel, Tucker, and then Myers. Bronsberger still in. Round ball at the middle. Thomas will dive, but he's not close to it. Not double play, but not close to it. Base hit up the middle for Gurriel. And you might see, and if I remember right, they do have Jose Siri, who has 99 speed on the bench. Yeah, Jose Siri, the center fielder, does have 99 speed. I thought I mentioned we have someone else. Oh, no, we have someone else to play first base, just to mention. No, we don't. Jose Siri will pinch run for Yuri Gurriel at first base, as that's a go-ahead run at first base. You might see a steal because he has some speed. Here's Tucker. Runner's going. It's a hit and run. Ground ball at Thomas. Will field it and almost was able to tag the runner, but was not able to tag the runner, but does get the out at first. But the runner move up to center base. That ball was right almost on the path where that ball was almost on the path where Siri was running. But unfortunately, was not able to tag him. Here we go. And they're starting to warm up. Devin Williams now, the other setup for Milwaukee in the Milwaukee bullpen. And the Houston starting to warm up. Matt Mason's ready to wait in, and Houston's also starting to warm up their closer, Ryan Presley. Houston is to take the lead here. Runner sent it 1 out for Myers, the rookie, I believe. Ground ball, runner went it over to third. Throw to first is in time, but the runner went it over to third, and now a pass ball, a wild pitch, infield single, an error. Or a wild pitch, a pass ball, error, an infield single to give the Astros the lead. Here's Pena. And they're gonna bring in Nito Duderum, the pinch hit for Michael Pena. Not Michael Pena, but the Astros will be bringing in Nito Duderum, the pinch hit for Jeremy Pena. As Pena's a righty, Duderum's a switch hitter, and because it's a right-handed pitcher, Duderum will be hitting from the left side. So here we go, Duderum 90 feet away, and Duderum come through. He had the only RBI in Game 1. As he's pinch hitting for Jeremy Pena. 1-1 pitch. Little fly ball. Can Adames get there? And he cannot! And the Astros have the lead! And with a little bit of a weak pop-up that was in shallow left center field, it was falling fast, and Adames trying for an over-the-shoulder catch, and he cannot come up with it. It's an RBI, or it's a pinch-hit RBI single for Nito Duderum, who had the only RBI in Game 1 for Houston, and so far he has the only RBI for the Astros here in Game 2, as he has both RBIs. The Astros scored 2 runs in the series, both driven in by that man, or by the Astros player at first base. The Astros have 2 runs in the series, both driven in by the runner at first base, Nito Duderum. My goodness, and here comes Devin Williams to try to keep it at 1-0, but my goodness, this crowd is now shocked. As Duderum comes in, here we go. Here's Maldonado, top viewer follow if Maldonado can get on. Ground ball to Les, step on the base himself, or on the bat himself, and then over. As it will be, it'll be 8-1 due up for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th. Astros did a run. Last chance for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th, down 1-0. Staying in the game is Nito Duderum. Staying in the game is Nito Duderum at shortstop, but Jeremy Pena, or excuse me, I don't want to say Jeremy Pena, but staying in the game and playing shortstop is Nito Duderum. Obviously, he can play shortstop, but Jose Siri cannot play first base. So Altuve, well, he can't. I just realized who else. What? Well, Bregman to play first base. Because we have no. Wait, it's because I. Well, I did. Only then I did put. I don't know, because we need someone to play first base. Altuve can't. Well, he can't play first base anyways. Castro can't play first base. Bregman can. I mean, that's a problem. Yeah. So, Alemnis Diaz. Let me then. Let's maybe flip Bregman. Well, you don't have an actual problem because. Oh, I shouldn't have done this because now we have a problem. I could put. Man. Well, because all the outfielders only play outfield. That's the problem. So it's like, Jose Siri, he only can play the outfield. So if I put some, but then no one else, like Redmond can play left field. But I'm gonna switch positions. So Redmond now playing first base. Siri's playing third. He can't play third. I just screwed myself. Oh, whatever his name to play outfield. Is that a did then? I don't know what's I gotta figure this out, so I'm not gonna do this on camera. I'm gonna figure out what's happening, and I'll come back to you with the bottom of the ninth once I figure out this fiasco with who's playing where. So, see you then. So I'm back, and because the thing I kind of screwed myself with is that because I put Goodrum in, I was gonna probably put Goodrum in at whatever first base because he Goodrum can play first base. Yes. Problem is he's now in the game. So what I've done is, like I said, I switched Bregman and Siri, and then I switched Siri and Diaz. So Diaz is now. So like I said, Bregman now playing first base. Diaz is not third. Goodrum's at short, and then in the outfield it's still Brantley, Myers, and Tucker. The only choice I kind of have is to bring Altuve in, and if I do that, he possibly could get injured more. That's why I'm not playing him. He's still on the active roster and still on the playoff roster, which is not, or he's still on the playoff roster. But but the thing is, if they win the game right now, he'll only be in for defense. But if he does bat, then he might be injured more. Or injured worse, like it might go from a bruised arm to like a fractured arm or something. It might be out for more than 1 to 6 days. But I have really no choice because I don't want Siri to possibly make an error because he's an outfielder. You've got an outfielder in the infield. He could throw a ball away. He could drop a pop up. He could, or like I said, he could throw a ball away, have a throwing error. He could have an error, like a fielding error, a throwing error. He could drop a pop up. I mean, so I have no choice. Jose Altuve is gonna come in at center base to. Or Jose Altuve will be coming in at center base to replace Jose Siri at center, or like Jose Altuve is coming in to replace Jose Siri defensively at center base. So the new infield now for Houston is Alex Bregman at first, Jose Altuve at second, Nito Goodrum at shortstop, and then Alemnis Diaz at third base. So it's Bregman at first, Altuve at second, Goodrum at short, and then Diaz at third. So that's the new infield for Houston, and then it's still Brantley, Myers, and Tucker in the outfield, and then coming in, and then behind the plate is Martin Maldonado still, and coming in for Houston is their closer Ryan Presley. Coming in for Houston is their Houston closer Ryan Presley to try to shut the door and tie the series at 1 game apiece. 6 appearances here in the playoffs, 4 sits on save opportunities, 4 saves and 6 save opportunities. Has got the loss. He has an 0-1 record here in the playoffs. The ERA is 8.10. Here we go. So like I said, Bregman at first, Altuve at second, Goodrum at short, and then Bregman at first, Altuve at second, Goodrum at short, and Diaz at third, and then it's still, like I said, Brantley, Myers and Tucker in the outfield, and then it's still Maldonado behind the plate. Here we go. One to tie, two to win for the Brewers here in the bottom of the ninth. Kane, then Brasso, then on top of the order. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball at the middle, and it's past Altuve. I didn't dive with him because that could possibly injure him more, but he's playing with a bruised arm. And leadoff single from Milwaukee, and now it's the number 9 batter, Brasso. And he's really struggling. He's trying to hopefully lay out a bunt here. Corner fielders, or the third baseman. First baseman's holding on the runner. Third baseman's in for a bunt. Here we go. And he is bunting. And it's right to Bredman, basically. And he'll flip it to Presley. Can he win the foot race? No! As everybody's safe, the infield center for Brasso. And now it's Arias, and you might see a bunt from him. Oh my. Diaz in at third again. And that's a foul ball. And now it's 1-2. And a foul ball here would, well, not be good. Here we go. He's bunting with 2 strikes. It's gutsy. The ball is foul. With 2 strikes, it's a strikeout. As Arias strikes out, now it's Adames. 2-on, 1 out. Double play ends it, but hits the outfield to div in the lead. Or, excuse me, a double play to end it, but hits the outfield to div the, or a double play to end the game, but hits the outfield to tie the game. 1-on pitch. Ground ball, that is past Altuve. Here comes the tying run. Throw by Tucker is not in time, and the Brewers tie the game. As Presley blows the save, Adames comes through, and the winning run gets over to third too. As the runner at second scores, the runner at first gets over to third, and now Yelich is up, and the winner runs 90 feet away. And infield is in, or the corner infielders are in, as looking for a double play, and also if they can't hit a double play, try to take the winner run down at the plate. Oh my. Presley's blowing his 3rd save of the playoffs. But he didn't. Will he take the loss or not? We'll find out. 2-2 pitch. Oh, ground ball coming home with it, and the runner is out by like 40 feet. And the batter is safe at first, but the runner, which coming home, which was Brasso, was out by about 40 feet. By the time the ball was to Maldonado, Brasso was only like halfway down the line. 2-on, 2 out now for McCutchen. Will we go to extra innings, or will the Brewers win it right here? Ground ball, Altuve, well done, he knocks it down. The possibly going to save the game. If he does not get by, that Brown's going to win the game. It's a base hit. Base is loaded, 2 outs now for Tellez. 1-2 pitch. Mathin's ready and waiting. And they're going to bring him in. So Presley blows the save. Obviously, they're not going to earn run. Runner on the base are responsible for Presley, so he should get the loss. He's already blown the save. Will he get the loss, or will he go to extra innings? 1-2 pitch to Tellez. Line drive past Goodrum, and the Brewers win Game 2 in walk-off fashion, and they lead the series 2-0 as they walk off Houston. As Presley blows the save and then ends up getting the loss, although at the end he wasn't in the game, but he does still get the loss as they mob Tellez around first base, and also mob the winning run at the plate, and then Tellez at first base. As that was a cutter, 1-2 pitch, slapped the other way, and past the diamond Didrum. And the Brewers win Game 2, 2-1 in walk-off fashion, and they lead this best-of-7 World Series 2-0 as they win Game 2, 2-1 in walk-off fashion. As they were down all 3 runs in this game were scored in the 9th inning. Astros scored 1 run in the top of the 9th. Or all 3 runs in this game were scored in the top of the 9th. Or all 3 runs in this game were scored in the 9th inning. The Astros scored 1 run in the first. All 3 runs in this game were scored in the 9th inning. The Astros scored 1 run in the top of the 9th, and the Brewers scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. As Devin Williams gets the win, and Ryan Presley gets the loss. See you in Game 3. A deflating loss for Houston. They got their first lead of the series thanks to a little bloop single, a little bloop pinch hit RBI single from Nico Didrum. And then in the bottom of the 9th, the Brewers, the 2 runs. Well, the Astros got 1 run on the top of the 9th, and the Brewers got 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win the game 2-1 in walk-off fashion. As both teams had 9 hits, Devin Williams, who only pitched a third of an inning, gets the win. Ryan Presley pitches 2/3 of an inning, blows the save, and it's a loss. And then Willie Adames ends up being the player of the game, as he was the one that tied the game. He went 3 for 4 with 3 cent, or I don't know if he tied. Well, did he tie the game? But either way, he went. I believe he tied the game. I think he was the one that scored the winning run. I'm pretty sure. But either way, Adames went 3 for 4 with 3 singles, or either way, Adames went 3 for 4 with 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. I believe the RBI was a game tying RBI, and the run was a game winning run. As Bregman 2 for 4 for Houston, Bregman 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Diaz the same thing. Didron obviously 1 for 1 with that pinch hit RBI single, and then Alvarez 1 for 4 with a single. And then like I said, Adames 3 for 4 with 3 singles and an RBI. Tellez 1 for 4 with an RBI. The game winning RBI. So Adames did tie the game, and then ended up scoring the winning run. And then Kane 1 for 3 with a single. He scored the game tying run. And then Yelich 1 for 4 with a single. Like I said, all 3 runs are scored in the 9th inning here in Game 2. The Astros scored 1 run in the top of the 9th, or the Astros scored 1 run in the top of the 9th, and the Brewers scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. The win Game 2, 2-1 in walk-off fashion, and the Brewers lead this best-of-7 World Series 2 games to none. As the Brewers win games 1 and 2 both here. As the Brewers win games 1 and 2 here in Milwaukee. As this series will shift to Houston with the Brewers up 2 games to none. As the Brewers have a chance to win the series in Houston if they win 2 out of the next 3 games. So out of the next 3 games, if the Brewers go 2-0 or 2-1, the Brewers will end the World Series in Houston. But if the Brewers don't go 2-0 or 2-1, so basically if the Brewers don't win 2 out of the next 3 games, if the Brewers win out of the next 3 games only 1 game or no games, out of the next 3 games, games 3, 4, and 5, obviously game 5 if necessary in Houston. If the Brewers only win 1 of those 3 games or none of those 3 games, the series will go. Well, if that's the case where the Brewers only in the next 3 games, if there is 3 games, it could possibly be a sweep. You never know. But out of the next 3 games, if the Brewers win 1 of those games or 0 of those games, the series will shift back to Milwaukee for Game 6 if necessary, or right now Game 6 is necessary. But if the series does shift back to Milwaukee for Game 6 and obviously Game 7 if necessary. Right now, Games 5, 6, 7 are still all if necessary. So there's a possibility like I said, Games 5, or right now, Games 5, 6, and 7 are all if necessary. There's a possibility right now that in 2 episodes from now, so in episode 16, I believe, right? This is episode number 14, I believe. There's possibly in episode number 16 that World Series champion could be crowned. If that does happen, that means the Brewers would have swept the Astros. But, I mean, the Brewers are halfway to winning the World Series. They need 4 wins in the World Series. They got 2, but the work's not over yet. It's not over. The work is not, or the job is not done for the Brewers in the lead at 4 wins in the World Series. Yes, they got 2, but you still need 2 more. So the work is not done for Milwaukee. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I understand that's episode of the series will be Game 3 of the World Series, which should most likely go up on Tuesday, July 19th. Because I've been trying to do an episode of the series, film and post an episode of the series every other day. So the next episode of the series should be on Tuesday, July 19th. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Babe Ruth Jr. MLB The Show 22, or excuse me, the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Babe Ruth Jr. or the next video on this channel. The next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Babe Ruth Jr. MLB The Show 20 Brewer the Show series, and that will most likely go up tomorrow probably. And the next video on this channel, I just said it, what it's gonna be, and hopefully that video will go up tomorrow or later today if this video is going up on Monday, July 18th. But tomorrow this video is going up on Sunday, July 17th. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. OJS time red closing the board if you subscribe to the button. Or OJS time red closing the board if you subscribe to OJS time red closing the board if you subscribe, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know, I'm gonna see you in episode number 15, I believe, of this MLB The Show 22 post-season series. See you in episode number 15. And you know, on a bacon and go Brewers.